So we are going to start by just learning how to identify some very basic features on these sectional charts. Now on your class website there is a worksheet called Basic Chart Reading Activity, and we are going to go right down the list on that worksheet. So go ahead and open that up or print it out, because it's nice to have an outline to follow along with as we go, and you can kind of practice along with me here. So the first feature that we're going to point out on these sectional charts are roads and highways. Now there's a pretty major highway running from St. Cloud here, going all the way west, and as you can see, this is Interstate 94. It's a major 4-lane highway, and so it is shown as double lines on the sectional chart. You can see that there are other lines on the sectional chart that are not double lines, and they're sort of a lighter color, and these are just smaller roads that are also shown on the chart. Railway tracks. So these are shown as black lines with tick marks in them. So you can see this example down here by Paynesville, Eden Valley, Watkins. This black line with these tick marks, that is a railroad track, and surprisingly these make very, very good waypoints to pilots that are trying to navigate. From the air you can see railroad tracks quite well. Towns and cities are yellow, so all of these yellow splotches, these just represent densely populated areas. So anytime you see yellow, that's a town or a city. Lakes and rivers are blue. Hopefully that one's not too hard. So here's a river here, here's a lake here, lake down here. Towers. Let's talk about towers. So you'll see these teepees all over the place on the chart. So here's one, here's one, here's one. They're everywhere. These are towers. Now these could be like cell phone towers or radio towers. And next to every tower you see two numbers, a big one and a little one. The big one is how high the top of the tower is above sea level. So that's the MSL height of the tower. The bottom number is how high the top of the tower is above the ground. So that bottom number is AGL. Now that's pretty common in aviation, where anytime you see two altitudes listed, the bigger one is MSL, and then the AGL one is always going to be in parentheses. So if you see a height in parentheses, pretty good clue that that's an AGL height. Sometimes I get asked this question: what about these things? What if you see two of them next to each other? Well, this is just two towers. That's it. And then right here, this is 4 towers. So that's all that is. Now there are some large towers as well. So this type of a symbol right here, it's sort of an elongated teepee. This just means that the tower is greater than 1,000 feet tall. And you can see the number here. In this case, this tower, 1,056 feet tall. So if you see a symbol like that, it just means taller tower. Now sometimes you'll see a tower like that with lightning bolts on top. Those lightning bolts just mean there's a high intensity light at the top of that tower. Parachute jump zones. So Forest Lake has a good example of a parachute jump zone here. This is just a little parachute symbol. And we've talked about this before. You can operate drones in a parachute jump zone. The symbol is just to say, hey, watch out, there might be parachutes here. Now you're going to see other types of warning symbols on your sectional chart, like this here. This is an ultralight symbol. When you're flying in this area, just watch out, there might be ultralights in that area. Sometimes you will see an image just like this, except instead of a U, there's a G. That indicates gliders. So there could be a lot of gliders in an area like that.